That's low.
Jeez.
You got your money's worth, mate, and this rotor is just burnt to a crisp, Scott. Good day to you all. I have returned. Today we are going to check out a Toyota Hilux. I had a dude message me and he said, hey, I want to get my brakes done and whatnot. And I said, what's wrong with them? And he said, I do not know what's wrong with them. So what I'm going to do is head there. It's not too far from where I am, so it's about a 15-minute drive. I'd rather go there, look at it, and then if he needs the parts in this kind of case, then go back and get them, because he's not too far from where I can get all my parts. It's a newer Hilux, so it's one of those situations when I'm there too, if I call the parts, like has been happening lately, or the parts supplier, and they say, what size rotor is it and what do the pads look like, I can actually just rip a wheel off and take a look. Or if he needs shoes, I can have a look there as well. So it saves him a bit of money, saves me a bit of time, although I'm giving up some initially, because you never know when you rock up, it just could be something else unrelated to the brakes. But whatever it is, work it out and I'll let you know how it goes when I arrive. Alright, we have arrived. It's on a hill, so I won't be able to jack it up there. I'll have to move it into a different position, and it does look like it is going to rain. Perfect timing as usual, but I'll pull up and see what's there is, see what sort of footage I can get, and from there we will continue the video. G'day, how are you?
Okay.
Very busy, mate. Lee reckons we're getting some shaking.
And I got a lot of black one. Black one I just cleaned this morning.
Oh yes, there we go. Alright, let's have a look, see what the go is. Oh yeah, pads are getting low. Let me get you in there. Yeah, we're pretty much ready to change. So good timing, I reckon.
Yeah.
How's the back of the vehicle? Is there any issues with squeaking, grinding? It's all front?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
You check in the back what you reckon.
What I'll do is, Lee, I'm gonna go run and grab you some parts, brake pads, you know, not dusty.
Yeah.
And then from there, I'll chuck the rotors on as well for you. And then I think you should be very happy. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Spoke to the customer, he's stoked about it. I'm gonna go and grab some parts. It's just front pads and rotors, so pretty straightforward. We'll get it all done for him today. All right, check back in. All right, so we're gonna pull this wheel off because I'm gonna get this rotor off because there's like so many different sizes, and I'm gonna measure it. So while I do this, I'm gonna do like the actual job where I clean through it. So then when I get back, I can just fry everything on. It's good being outdoors though, you know, because then all the dust goes away. But you know, it's got to be clean, you know, when I put the new stuff on. So if it's not clean, then nothing lasts. And I'll take a brake pad with me too, because they said there's a few different types. So we got the long one. Long one goes at the bottom, short one goes at the top. There, pull the piston towards you, or the caliper towards you. Throw him up there, have a look, here we go. That's low.
Jeez.
You got your money's worth, mate, and this rotor is just burnt to a crisp. It's gotten hot. That's probably why it's warping. You do towing? Towing or just carry weight?
Which one? What?
With this, you do towing or you just have the tray?
Sometimes towing, sometimes not too many times.
Alright, cool. That's alright. These have a weird slide in them. You have to pull them out. They're not like an old one. And you can see they're kind of stuck, which is probably not doing any good for the brake caliper. From there, I'll rip this guy off because we're not really... I can do everything later. I just want to get to the shops. Damn it! I forgot to put the mic in. Alright, it should be coming through a lot clearer now. As usual, I'm really smart and forgot to put the actual mic receiver in, but we're back. Take those two, put that guy there, move him here, take this guy off. We'll give this a quick clean. You know, it's important to clean it so then the brake dust has somewhere to go. You know, people just take off, throw the pads in. It's very lazy. And your brakes don't last because then they can't move. From there, pop these guys off. 1, 2, put them to the side. They're individual. But cleaning it like this makes everything a lot smoother. Take a bit of this. Give it a bit of a wipe down. That brake dust so it don't stain the driveway. Pull these off is dust does get stuck underneath them, making them not move correctly. So you want to pull them off. Look at that. He's happy with that. You got to get it all clean. From there, same thing, boom boom. This guy's clean and ready for reinstallation. We'll put him over here. From there, we'll get this guy out, although they were out pretty far. Alright, that one's done. This is the dustiest part of it all. Hold your breath. From there, generous serving of brake clean. Clean the inspection port. From there, we're going to take these guys out and you know these are supposed to move. You know they're stuck. That made it move. So that's what I mean, not damaging the outside. From there, give this guy a good clean. In there it's kind of dry, not for long though. So all you do is take a bit of the good stuff. You know, people, they put anti-seize wheel bearing grease. Just put the right stuff, it lasts longer. From there, you put a touch on the back. You don't have to go crazy, but be generous, because then when I push this through, it's going to push all the way. And make sure that lip sits. Now it's moving. That's the good stuff, mate. Now I want to clean up any excess crap there, because we don't want any grease going on the rotors. One can't move at all. This one moves nice and freely now. So this guy's got to come out. Different ways you can do it. This is the way I'm doing it. I'm fancy. Again, nice clean. And this top one, if you remember, the bolt is longer. So, or wait, bottom one. Bottom one's longer. Now, that's better. This guy can come off. We're not going to use this, so doesn't want to come off. I'm going to have to go the old common theme in these episodes. They're all getting stuck on. I'm going to have to chuck this bolt on to push it off. Then we'll take the rotor, take the pad down to the parts store. Because when we do that, we'll know exactly what we're doing. Because they could go, yeah, here's the 290 something. And then we go, yeah, that sounds about right. And then they give us the wrong one. So I'm going to drive there, compare everything when I'm there. And then I will be good to go. Come on, man. Watch this. Now she's off. I'm going to guess 270 something. The other ones he reckons are 290. 270. Alright, perfect. So, take that, take that. I know it's excessive doing the backing plate and all this, but again, when the brakes have no resistance or no issues on them, then they last longer. Alright, stay tuned. I'm gonna go grab the parts. I'll be back. Gonna get the parts. That's why sometimes when you're close enough, it's good to just go and have a look at the plate, like the car. You know, people always worried about, oh, they're gonna pay me to call me out, this and that. Dude, it's 15 minutes, and if it's a job, it's a job. If not, all good. 15-minute drive, is it gonna kill you? No, just go have a look. And at the end of the day, most of the times, if people are calling you, they're gonna want something done to their car. Now, what they need done, with my mate Lee, even though I just met the guy, but my mate Lee, he obviously has trouble communicating online. Some people aren't just tech savvy, you know, they're not all born 20 years ago or 15 years ago where they know what's up. So go have a look, go look after him. From there, as you can hear, he's happy with the work so far. I'll go grab all of his stuff, head straight back, and then we'll jump back into that video. Alright, so we got the parts. Only a few options available, being the weekend unfortunately, so we'll have to use what we got. So I'll throw these in, we should be good to go. Alright, so I've returned. I don't know where me mate Lee is, but I'll just get stuck in. Anti-seize. These Geomat rotors, which are painted, they don't really have a film on them because they are painted, but just hit them with some brake clean anyway, just in case. Wipe that, bang, throw him there. Oh, look at that. Now that is high quality, mate. To get this guy flush.
Brother, for water.
Oh, thanks, mate. Nice cold water for me. It's looking after me. And I'll feel much better to drive. Just a touch of the good stuff on it. From there, we chuck this on that, Take a little bit there. Boom, chuck this one there. What did I say? Long one on the bottom? Something like that. Short bolt up the top. Wind them in a few threads so we do not cross thread anything. And then you can send it home with the impact. Done. Way easier when everything is prepared. See how the caliper moves now? Nice. Very good. From there, chuck everything back on, jump on the other side.
Fell because I think you busy, you're not responding.
Yeah, bring you all in a little bit closer to the action. Hopefully my knee doesn't block everything, but anyway. Short bolt at the top. Leave this in a couple of threads or it'll swing the caliper out. Pull the caliper towards you so it makes it easier to take off. Piston back in. Hold your breath. Clean. Then wipe down, get through this port here. There's no crap. Sound like a broken record, but it's just the way you got to do it. Like these pins are stuck to inside. We're also going to line this up first, because what we learnt from that side. From there, whoops, get this seal back on. I'm a bit too excited. Spray this down, get all that excess grease off, keep it clean. Keep all the area we're going to work in clean. There's just nothing on it. Again, choke a little bit on the sidewalls there. From there, bring him through there. That one just fell out. They're wearing unevenly too. You see how this one's lower on this? Now everyone's favourite part where I use my 1/2 inch ratchet, or I should say my breaker bar. Don't worry, it's okay. I own it. It's not someone else's. If it breaks, I will buy myself a new one. But guess what? It hasn't broken in about 6 years of me doing that, because I'm not doing it on 13mm nuts or bolts. From there, we're going to clean it as usual. This off because the other side was stuck on quite well. The reason I'm not using a hammer is because it can damage the wheel bearing if you hit it too aggressively. So I'm just going to use this screw, or bolt I should say, to get it off. Just make short work of it, as you're about to see. Done. I gotta say that other side was way worse condition. This will help it come off easier next time, which really doesn't matter too much because there's many ways to get them off, and we don't get any rust whatsoever. The only time people get rust on their car is when they take them to the salt. And by salt, I mean salt water. And by salt water, I mean the beach. Or if you have a boat or something like this and you're putting it in the boat ramp, that happens. You can get rust there. Again, hit it with this. Wipe it down with a clean rag. Throw it on. And then essentially we speed run the rest of this home. Done. Alright, clean up, jump in the car, and we'll see how they feel. Just remember that, you see they're painted. When I drive off, you're going to hear some like, but that's just the paint burning. And then when we come back, it'll be very quiet. Alright mate, you stay here. I'll reverse back a bit so you can move them.
Yep. Play.
Alright, that's better. Let's go for a run. Bed them in. Make sure he's happy. Because if he is happy, I am happy. So far so good. Alright, we've got to find a nice bit of road I can get up to about 60 k's on. This is not even at all, but I'll do that. 60 k's on, and then I'll hit the brakes. It's got a few things in here, so make sure everything doesn't go flying. So it ended up being the 270 something rotors and the smaller of the brake pads. Makes sense being a petrol, and not to mention it's not like a typical Hilux where it's a big four-wheel drive. It's a little rear-wheel drive thing too. So speed up, it's about 60, go, and then 3, 2, 1. He was complaining a lot about shaking is his main concern. There's no shaking now. Definitely need to burn this geomat finish off. 1, 2. I think he'll be extremely happy. These little Hiluxes are pretty sweet. So it's the usual, doing about 3 stops from 60 to 20, gradually increasing the pedal feel, or I should say pedal pressure. From there, once I've cruised around after that, so I'm going to do a stop now. This will be the third one. 3, 2. That should burn a lot of that paint off, like I showed you before we left. I'll cruise around for a sec, make sure the brakes get a chance to cool down, and then I'm going to just do like a slow crawl, like I've mentioned in every other video, where it's like school picking up someone from a shop or something, you know. So because the brakes, they do behave differently under certain circumstances, you know, heavy braking, light braking, what speed, turning the wheel left and right, this, that, the other. So it's a very good practice to go through all of those scenarios, so then your customer doesn't have any problems. What's the rush? Take your time, do the job properly. If you've got no worries about your warranty and your work and what your customer expects, you should be able to be very confident in what you're doing. Now we're going to do this kind of slow creep, wind the window down. This is the one where you want to wind the window down a bit. So you've got no brake on, you can't see anything. It stinks, the geomat stuff stinks when it burns off. Try not to stop completely, like hold your foot on it, because that is where you will get your heat spots, so they say. So I'm about 40-ish, just crawl right almost to a stop. That sound you heard was a tray. No issues. Now I'll do a little cruise, a couple of minutes, let everything cool right down so they're not just baking hot when they get back. And then I think he should be pretty happy. And this is the result. Nice and clean and shiny. Cool. So front pads, rotors done, smooth, quiet, as you've seen, and you can check the video later. Everything was done properly. You shouldn't really have to think about this, depending on the driving, weight, all this kind of stuff, for about, you know, 50 to 60, even 70,000 Ks. These are pretty light, and this caliper setup's pretty good, you know what I mean? The pistons don't normally stick, anything like this. The other side wasn't as bad as this side, but as I said before, bed them in. So when I bed them in, I go from 60 to 20, 60 to 20, make sure it's all good, you know, and good for emergency stop just in case. Number two, I'll go for like a slow crawl. So like when if you pick kids up from school, or you go to the shopping center, you tell someone jump in, it's not squeak. Different conditions, because it might make sound. But if you get in and drive tomorrow and you hear sound, some weird thing, shaking, something, call me straight away and I look after you, because I don't do things just to get the money and go. I do things to make sure you're happy.
Okay, thank you.
No worries, Lee.
People like you, not like someone do dodgy job.
Yeah, they do dodgy stuff, mate. Trust me, I see it. Look what
want the money on.
They just want the money, man.
Look like my job too, because we have to do the right thing, and we got to build up the name.
Yeah, and then
and
that ruins it for you sometimes with other people, because that's why I do a lot of social media stuff and lots of reviews, because then people can look and go, okay, cool. Like I said, anything happens, don't stress, call me straight away. 10 p.m. at night, straight away message, hey, what's going on? And we'll look after each other.
Okay.
Thank you so much, my friend. It's a pleasure dealing with you.
Yeah, okay, I will introduce whatever my friend, and maybe next one is my lady car there.
Thank you so much, Lee. Mate, you have a great rest of your weekend. Cheers, man. Job done. I'm very happy, as you heard. Again, we do things very thorough around here. Don't muck about. So, at the end of the day, I imagine he was getting most of the issues from the rotors. Those pads were worn unevenly, as you saw, due to the slide pins sticking. Shouldn't have any issues. That's why I say you got to go over everything, make everything spotless, everything moving freely. From there, that's where you'll get the life you're supposed to get out of your pads. Now, obviously, again, I always say, depending on the conditions, depending on what you're doing, is it a little Hyundai Getz that's running around that weighs 1,000 kilos or less, or is it a big Nissan Patrol that's going to be towing things or doing something, you know what I'm saying? So it's always horses for courses, so keep that in mind. But anyway, another one down. Thank you so much for watching. Appreciate everyone's time, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.